Ladies and gentlemen, life, in its essence, is a tapestry woven from both joy and challenge, triumph and trial. At times the storms we face seem unrelenting, their shadows stretching far beyond the horizon. But let us pause and remember no storm lasts forever. Just as day follows night, and spring follows winter, so too will the tough times pass. But here lies a profound truth: while the tempest is fleeting, the strength we cultivate in its midst is eternal. The essence of resilience lies not in fighting against life's currents, but in learning to navigate them with grace. It is about becoming the kind of person who not only survives the storm, but learns to dance in the rain. Difficulties, you see, are not interruptions, they are invitations. Invitations to grow, to reflect, to transform. It is through the crucible of hardship that we discover our truest selves. Like a diamond emerging from the pressures of the earth, our challenges shape us, refine us, and reveal the brilliance within. True toughness is not a fortress of stone, it is the unyielding flexibility of water. Water flows around obstacles, adapts to the container it finds itself in, and yet, over time, it can wear down even the hardest rock. So too must we learn to flow with life's unpredictability, embracing change with open arms and open hearts. It is our perspective that defines whether we see a challenge as a curse or an opportunity. When we change the lens through which we view adversity, we uncover the hidden gifts within it. For every tough time is but a chapter in a larger story, and within it lies the seed of transformation. So let us not merely endure but thrive. Let us face life's uncertainties with courage, not fear with curiosity, not resistance. For tough times, as powerful as they may seem, are fleeting. But the resilience, wisdom, and strength of a tough person, these endure. Thank you. Life's challenges, much like the ebb and flow of tides, are inherently transient. They do not come to stay, they come to pass. This is one of life's most profound truths, yet it is often obscured by the intensity of the moment. When we are caught in the throes of adversity, it can feel as though the difficulties are eternal, their weight pressing down on us with unrelenting force. For the very nature of time, existence, and change dictates that nothing remains static. Storms, no matter how fierce, eventually give way to calmer skies. This impermanence is not merely an observation, but a fundamental aspect of existence, one that, if deeply understood, can serve as a source of solace and strength. Consider the seasons as a metaphor for life's challenges. Winter, with its biting cold and barren landscapes, may seem endless to those caught in its grip. Yet, no matter how harsh or prolonged, it inevitably yields to the warmth and renewal of spring. The cycle continues unfailingly year after year. Our lives follow a similar rhythm. Hardships may descend upon us like a blizzard, obscuring the path ahead and chilling us to the bone, but they too will give way to brighter days. The key lies in recognizing this impermanence and trusting in the natural flow of life. This idea is not merely a poetic abstraction, it is rooted in the very fabric of reality. Everything around us, objects, relationships, emotions, and circumstances, is subject to change. Mountains erode over millennia, rivers carve new paths through the earth, even the stars in the heavens are not eternal. Within this grand cosmic dance, our personal trials and tribulations are but fleeting moments. They may feel all-consuming in their immediacy, but they are but a single note in the symphony of existence. Yet, why is it that, despite the certainty of impermanence, we often find ourselves overwhelmed by tough times? Perhaps it is because our perception tends to fixate on the present moment. When pain, loss, or difficulty arise, our minds magnify the experience, making it seem as though it will never end. This myopic view can trap us, convincing us that our current reality is permanent and inescapable. But just as clouds can obscure the sun without extinguishing it, our struggles can obscure the inherent transience of life without negating it. The sun remains, and so too does the inevitability of change. There is a profound liberation in embracing this understanding. When we internalize the impermanence of tough times, we begin to see them not as insurmountable barriers, but as passing phenomena. This does not diminish their intensity or the genuine pain they may bring, but it places them within a broader context. To recognize that this too shall pass is to find a foothold of hope even in the darkest moments. It is a reminder that no matter how deep the valley, the horizon remains within reach. History is replete with examples of individuals and communities enduring and overcoming hardships that seemed insurmountable at the time. Wars, natural disasters, economic collapses, these events leave scars, yet humanity persists, rebuilds, and thrives once more. On a smaller scale, consider the challenges you yourself have faced and overcome. Perhaps there was a time when you felt lost, broken, or defeated. In the moment, it may have seemed as though the weight of the world would crush you. But here you are, a testament to resilience and the fleeting nature of pain. Even nature, in all its seeming permanence, offers countless reminders of transience. A forest ravaged by fire may appear lifeless, its trees reduced to ash and its soil scorched. But in time, new shoots emerge, the earth regenerates, and life returns in abundance. Similarly, a river that dries up during a drought will flow once more with the arrival of rain. These cycles are not anomalies, they are the essence of existence. Tough times are no different. They are not static states, but phases within the broader continuum of life. To deepen this understanding, one must cultivate a sense of presence and patience. The temptation to resist or escape tough times is strong, but resistance often amplifies suffering. Instead, by accepting the transient nature of adversity, we allow ourselves to flow with the currents rather than against them. This does not mean resigning ourselves to hardship, but rather acknowledging its place in the greater scheme of things. Acceptance in this context is not defeated as wisdom. Moreover, the transience of struggles carries with it an implicit promise renewal. Just as the darkest night gives way to dawn, tough times hold within them the seeds of growth and transformation. This is not to romanticize suffering or suggest that it is inherently virtuous, but rather to recognize that challenges often lead to profound insights and shifts in perspective. They compel us to confront our limits, reassess our priorities, and discover reserves of strength we may not have known we possessed. Understanding the impermanence of tough times does not erase their difficulty, but it does offer a perspective that can make them more bearable. When we see our struggles as waves rather than walls, we begin to approach them differently. Waves may rise high and crash with force, but they recede just as quickly, returning to the vast ocean from which they came. So it is with the trials of life. They rise, they peak, and they fall away, leaving behind lessons and opportunities for growth. The journey continues, always moving forward, always changing. The essence of human existence lies in its remarkable capacity to endure and adapt. Within every person is an inner strength, a reservoir of resilience that often goes untapped until it is called upon by the trials of life. This strength is not a loud or boisterous force. It does not announce itself with grand gestures. Rather, it is quiet, steady, and enduring. It is the kind of power that allows one to keep moving forward even when every fiber of their being screams to stop. This inner fortitude is what enables humanity to transcend challenges, not by avoiding them, but by enduring and growing through them. Consider the vast spectrum of human history. Civilizations have risen and fallen, each facing adversities that seemed insurmountable. Natural disasters, wars, plagues, and social upheavals have tested humanity repeatedly. Yet through each trial, people have found ways to persist and rebuild. This resilience is not born from external circumstances, but from an inner resolve, a deep-rooted strength that pushes people to persevere, even when the odds are against them. It is this same resilience that exists within every individual, often lying dormant until the moment it is needed most. Inner strength is timeless. It transcends the fleeting nature of external circumstances and connects us to something deeper, something unchanging. While the world around us is in constant flux, relationships, careers, health, and fortunes ebbing and flowing, this inner reservoir remains, waiting to be drawn upon. It is a reminder that while we may not have control over what happens to us, we always have a choice in how we respond. It is in this choice that our true strength is revealed. Strength does not mean the absence of fear or pain. On the contrary, it is the ability to face fear and pain without succumbing to them. It is the courage to step into the unknown, to confront uncertainty, and to navigate through it with grace. This is not an easy task, and it often requires a profound sense of self-awareness and a willingness to embrace vulnerability. Yet it is in these moments of challenge that we discover the depth of our resilience. This strength is not something that can be measured or quantified. It does not manifest as physical power or material wealth. Instead, it shows itself in the small, quiet acts of defiance against despair. It is the single mother who works tirelessly to provide for her children, the student who perseveres despite setbacks, the individual who faces illness with courage and determination. These acts may not make headlines, but they are profound demonstrations of the enduring power of the human spirit. Inner strength is often cultivated through adversity. While challenges can be painful and difficult, they also serve as opportunities for growth and self-discovery. When faced with hardship, we are forced to confront our limitations and push beyond them. This process is not always comfortable, but it is through discomfort that we often find our greatest potential. Like a muscle that grows stronger with use, our inner strength is developed through the trials we face. This capacity for endurance is not unique to a select few, it is a universal aspect of the human experience. Each of us carries within us the ability to endure and overcome, though we may not always recognize it. Often it is only in retrospect that we see the strength we demonstrated in difficult times. What once felt impossible becomes a testament to our resilience and adaptability. The timeless nature of inner strength lies in its adaptability. It is not rigid or unyielding, but fluid and dynamic. It allows us to bend without breaking, to adapt to new circumstances without losing ourselves in the process. This flexibility is what makes it so powerful. It enables us to navigate the complexities of life with a sense of balance and poise, even when the ground beneath us feels unstable. This strength is also deeply personal. It is not dictated by societal standards or expectations, but is rooted in our own experiences, values, and beliefs. It is shaped by the challenges we have faced and the lessons we have learned. No two individuals possess the same inner strength, just as no two lives are identical. This uniqueness is what makes it so profound. It is a reflection of our individuality and our journey. At its core, inner strength is a reminder of our inherent worth and capability. It tells us that we are not defined by our circumstances, but by how we rise to meet them. It is a quiet confidence, a knowing that no matter what comes our way, we have the tools and the resilience to face it. This strength is not something we need to seek out or acquire. It is already within us, waiting to be acknowledged and embraced. This timeless inner strength is not an endpoint, but a process. It is continually shaped and refined by our experiences, evolving as we do. It is not static, but dynamic, growing and changing with us. This is what makes it such a vital aspect of our humanity. It is both a foundation and a guide, offering us stability in times of uncertainty and direction in moments of doubt. The way we perceive the world shapes the reality we experience. This truth becomes especially significant during tough times, when the weight of hardship can distort our view of life, making struggles seem more insurmountable than they truly are. At its core, perspective is not merely how we see things, it is how we interpret, process, and respond to the events and challenges that come our way. This interpretative lens determines whether we find despair or hope, resistance or resilience, and whether we see ourselves as victims of circumstance or active participants in our own lives. Perspective is not fixed, it is fluid and malleable. Much like a camera lens that can be adjusted to focus on different aspects of a scene, our mental lens can shift, allowing us to see the same situation in vastly different ways. What appears as a crisis from one vantage point might reveal itself as an opportunity for growth from another. This capacity to reframe our experiences is one of the most profound tools we possess, yet it is often underutilized in moments of difficulty. When we encounter hardship, our initial reaction is often rooted in instinct and emotion. Fear, anger, frustration, or sadness can dominate our thoughts, narrowing our focus and making it difficult to see beyond the immediate pain. In these moments, the mind tends to magnify the negatives, casting a shadow over any potential positives. This narrowing of perspective is a survival mechanism, an evolutionary trait designed to prioritize immediate threats. However, in the modern world, where many challenges are not life-threatening but emotional, social, or psychological, this response can work against us, trapping us in a cycle of negativity. Breaking free from this cycle requires a deliberate shift in perspective. This does not mean ignoring or dismissing the reality of pain or difficulty. Rather, it involves stepping back and viewing the situation from a broader, more balanced viewpoint. Imagine standing too close to a painting, so close that you can only see individual brushstrokes. From this perspective, the painting might seem chaotic and unintelligible. But as you step back, the broader image comes into view, revealing patterns, meaning, and beauty that were invisible before. Similarly, when we step back from our immediate reactions to tough times, we often uncover insights and opportunities that were hidden in plain sight. Perspective is also deeply tied to the stories we tell ourselves. Humans are natural storytellers, constantly weaving narratives to make sense of the world. During tough times, these narratives can either empower or disempower us. If we tell ourselves a story of failure, victimhood, or hopelessness, we reinforce those feelings and limit our ability to move forward. Conversely, if we frame our struggles as part of a larger journey, as temporary setbacks that lead to growth, or as challenges that reveal our strength, we begin to see ourselves not as passive sufferers, but as active participants in our own lives. This reframing is not about denial or blind optimism. It is about choosing to focus on aspects of our experience that inspire growth, learning, and resilience. For example, a lost job might initially feel like a devastating blow, a symbol of failure or rejection. But with time and a shift in perspective, it might come to be seen as an opportunity to explore new paths, pursue passions, or find a role that aligns more closely with one's values. The circumstances themselves do not change, but the meaning we assign to them does, and this makes all the difference. Perspective is also influenced by the company we keep and the environment we create. Surrounding ourselves with supportive, empathetic, and positive individuals can help us maintain a broader, more constructive view of tough times. Conversely, immersing ourselves in negativity or isolation can reinforce a narrow, despairing perspective. Similarly, practices like mindfulness, meditation, or journaling can help us cultivate awareness and clarity, enabling us to step back and reassess our perspective with greater objectivity. The fluidity of perspective also means that it can be cultivated and refined over time. Just as a muscle grows stronger with use, our ability to shift and expand our perspective improves the more we practice it. This practice often begins with small, intentional steps, pausing to reflect before reacting, seeking out different viewpoints, or questioning the assumptions we make about ourselves and our circumstances. Over time, these small shifts accumulate, creating a more flexible and resilient mindset. Perspective is not just about how we view the present, it also shapes how we envision the future and interpret the past. During tough times, it can be helpful to reflect on past challenges that seemed insurmountable but were ultimately overcome. This reflection not only provides evidence of our resilience, but also reminds us that tough times are transient. Similarly, maintaining a hopeful vision for the future can provide motivation and direction, even when the path ahead feels uncertain. Ultimately, perspective is a choice. It is the conscious decision to look beyond the surface of our struggles, to seek out the lessons, growth, and possibilities that lie within them. It is an acknowledgement that while we may not have control over every aspect of our circumstances, we have immense power in how we choose to perceive and respond to them. This power, rooted in perspective, is one of the most transformative tools we have for navigating tough times and emerging from them stronger, wiser, and more attuned to the beauty and complexity of life. Adversity, though often unwelcome, is one of life's most profound teachers. It arrives unbidden, disrupting the comfort and predictability of our routines, and demands our attention in ways that few other experiences can. While it is natural to resist hardship, to wish it away or attempt to avoid it entirely, adversity holds within it the potential for transformation and growth. It challenges us not to break, but to evolve. Through its trials, it reveals strengths we may not have known we possessed and teaches lessons we might not have otherwise learned. The idea of adversity as a teacher is not new. It is woven into the fabric of human experience. Across cultures and histories, stories of triumph over hardship are celebrated as sources of wisdom and inspiration. Whether in mythology, literature, or real-life accounts, we see examples of individuals and communities facing seemingly insurmountable odds, only to emerge stronger, wiser, and more resilient. This recurring narrative underscores a fundamental truth: growth often arises not in spite of adversity, but because of it. When we are thrust into difficult situations, we are forced to confront the unknown. These moments strip away the superficial and compel us to focus on what truly matters. They push us beyond our comfort zones, where growth is limited, and into a space where we must adapt, innovate, and persevere. This process is not always pleasant. It can be uncomfortable, even painful. But it is in this discomfort that the seeds of transformation are sown. One of the primary lessons adversity teaches is the importance of resilience. Resilience is not an innate quality reserved for the fortunate few. It is a skill that can be cultivated through experience. Each challenge we face and overcome strengthens our ability to navigate future difficulties. It is like a muscle that grows stronger with use, enabling us to endure and adapt to life's unpredictability. Through adversity, we learn that we are capable of more than we might have believed, and this realization becomes a source of confidence and empowerment. Adversity also teaches us about the nature of impermanence. When we face loss, failure, or hardship, we are reminded of life's transience. This awareness can be painful, but it also carries a profound wisdom. It encourages us to cherish the present moment, to find gratitude in the small joys of life, and to recognize that even our most difficult experiences are temporary. This perspective helps us navigate tough times with greater clarity and acceptance, knowing that they too shall pass. Another lesson adversity imparts is the value of perspective. When life is easy, it can be tempting to take things for granted or to view the world through a narrow lens. Adversity broadens this lens, forcing us to reevaluate our priorities and assumptions. It challenges us to see beyond ourselves, to develop empathy for others who may be experiencing similar struggles, and to find meaning in our experiences. This shift in perspective often leads to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Adversity also has a way of revealing our inner resources. In times of hardship, we may discover qualities such as courage, determination, creativity, and adaptability that were previously dormant. These qualities often lie hidden beneath the surface, waiting for the right circumstances to emerge. Through adversity, we come to understand that we are not as fragile as we might have believed, and that we possess an inner strength capable of withstanding life's challenges. Moreover, adversity can teach us the importance of community and connection. Difficult times often highlight the necessity of leaning on others and allowing them to lean on us in return. This mutual support fosters a sense of belonging and reminds us that we are not alone in our struggles. Through these connections, we learn the value of compassion, both for ourselves and for others, and we recognize the power of collective resilience. Adversity also offers an opportunity for self-reflection and growth. It forces us to pause, to assess our values, and to consider what truly matters. In the midst of hardship, we often gain clarity about our goals, priorities, and the kind of life we wish to lead. This process of introspection can be transformative, leading to a renewed sense of purpose and direction. In many cases, adversity serves as a catalyst for change. It disrupts the status quo and compels us to take action, whether that means letting go of unhealthy habits, pursuing new opportunities, or reimagining our future. While the initial stages of this process can be daunting, the changes that emerge often lead to greater fulfillment and a deeper sense of alignment with our true selves. Perhaps one of the most profound lessons adversity teaches is the importance of surrender. This is not a surrender of defeat, but a surrender of resistance, a willingness to accept what is, rather than clinging to what we think should be. Through this acceptance, we find a sense of peace and a newfound ability to navigate life's uncertainties with grace. Adversity teaches us that we cannot always control the circumstances we face, but we can control how we respond to them. This realization empowers us to move forward with resilience and purpose, regardless of the challenges that arise. The connection between self-discovery and challenges is profound, as the trials we face often act as mirrors reflecting our true selves. In times of ease and comfort, we may glide through life without fully understanding who we are, what we value, or what we are capable of achieving. Challenges, however, disrupt this complacency. They strip away superficial layers, compelling us to look inward and confront the core of our being. Through this process, we uncover aspects of ourselves that may have been hidden, neglected, or underestimated, leading to a richer and more authentic understanding of who we are. Challenges force us to ask questions we might otherwise avoid. Who am I when things don't go according to plan? What do I truly value? How do I respond to fear, failure, and uncertainty? These are not easy questions to answer, and they often arise unbidden during moments of crisis or hardship. Yet it is in grappling with these questions that we embark on a journey of self-discovery. We begin to identify the beliefs, behaviors, and habits that define us, and we gain insight into how these elements shape our interactions with the world. Self-discovery through challenges is not a linear process. It is messy, non-linear, and deeply personal. Each person's journey is unique, shaped by their individual circumstances and experiences. What may be a profound revelation for one person might seem insignificant to another. This individuality underscores the deeply personal nature of growth and the importance of embracing our unique paths. Challenges provide the conditions for this growth, offering opportunities to explore uncharted territory within ourselves. One of the most striking aspects of self-discovery through challenges is the realization of inner strength. Many of us carry within us an untapped reservoir of resilience and courage, but it often lies dormant until it is called upon. Challenges act as the catalyst that brings this strength to the surface. They push us to confront fears, take risks, and persevere through adversity, revealing capacities we may not have known we possessed. This newfound awareness of our strength not only helps us overcome immediate obstacles, but also builds confidence for future endeavors. Challenges also illuminate our values. In moments of difficulty, we are forced to prioritize, to decide what truly matters and what can be set aside. These moments of clarity can be transformative, as they reveal the principles and beliefs that guide us. For some, challenges may affirm a commitment to family, friendship, or community. For others, they may highlight a need for self-care, personal growth, or creative expression. Whatever the outcome, this process of prioritization deepens our understanding of ourselves and strengthens our sense of purpose. Another dimension of self-discovery lies in recognizing our limitations. Challenges often expose areas where we struggle or fall short, whether it's a lack of patience, an inability to adapt, or a tendency to avoid difficult emotions. While these realizations can be uncomfortable, they are also invaluable. By acknowledging our limitations, we gain the opportunity to address them, to grow and improve in ways that might not have been possible without the challenge. This humility and self-awareness are key components of personal growth. Challenges also foster self-compassion. As we confront difficulties, we are reminded of our humanity and the inevitability of imperfection. This awareness can soften the harsh judgments we often direct at ourselves, replacing them with understanding and kindness. Self-compassion does not mean excusing our mistakes or avoiding accountability. Rather, it means recognizing that struggle is a universal part of the human experience. By embracing this perspective, we develop a deeper sense of empathy, both for ourselves and for others. Through challenges, we also learn to embrace uncertainty. Life is inherently unpredictable, and challenges often amplify this uncertainty, forcing us to navigate unfamiliar and ambiguous situations. While this can be unsettling, it also provides an opportunity to cultivate flexibility and adaptability. We learn to let go of the need for control, to trust in our ability to handle whatever comes our way. This mindset not only enhances our ability to face future challenges, but also enriches our overall experience of life. Self-discovery through challenges often involves uncovering hidden talents and passions. Difficult circumstances can push us to explore new skills, pursue creative outlets, or develop innovative solutions. These explorations may lead to unexpected paths, revealing abilities and interests that we might not have otherwise discovered. This aspect of self-discovery is particularly rewarding, as it often brings a sense of fulfillment and purpose. Challenges also deepen our relationships, both with ourselves and with others. As we navigate difficult times, we often turn to loved ones for support, fostering connections and strengthening bonds. At the same time, we deepen our relationship with ourselves, learning to trust our instincts, honor our needs, and appreciate our resilience. This dual growth, both internal and external, is one of the most profound outcomes of self-discovery through challenges. In this process of self-discovery, challenges become not just obstacles to overcome, but opportunities to transform. They reveal the complexity and depth of who we are, highlighting both our strengths and our vulnerabilities. They teach us to embrace our humanity, to celebrate our growth, and to approach life with greater authenticity and self-awareness. Through challenges, we come to know ourselves more fully, not as perfect beings, but as individuals on a continuous journey of learning and becoming. Growth, both personal and collective, is rarely linear or effortless. It often emerges from the crucible of hardship, where adversity acts as the catalyst for transformation. Just as a seed must break open to sprout and grow, Human growth often requires the breaking of old patterns, beliefs, and comforts to make way for something new. Challenges, while uncomfortable and at times overwhelming, create the necessary conditions for this growth by pushing us beyond the boundaries of what we know and compelling us to adapt, learn, and evolve. Adversity strips away the superficial, exposing the raw essence of who we are. It demands that we confront the truths we might otherwise ignore, forcing us to examine our assumptions, habits, and beliefs. In this process, we often uncover aspects of ourselves that we might not have recognized, strengths we didn't know we had, fears that have held us back, and capacities for resilience and creativity that have gone untapped. These discoveries, while born from struggle, are the foundation for meaningful growth, as they enable us to better understand ourselves and our potential. Growth through challenges is not simply about survival, it is about transformation. When faced with difficulties, we have a choice to resist and remain stagnant, or to embrace the discomfort and allow it to change us. This transformation is rarely immediate. It unfolds gradually as we process our experiences, learn from them, and integrate the lessons they teach us. Each challenge becomes a stepping stone, building upon the last and contributing to a deeper, richer sense of self-awareness and purpose. One of the most profound ways challenges foster growth is by teaching us to adapt. Life is in constant flux, and the ability to navigate change is essential for personal and collective progress. Challenges disrupt the status quo, forcing us to reevaluate our strategies, goals, and perspectives. They push us to think creatively, to seek out new solutions, and to develop skills we might not have otherwise explored. This adaptability is not just a survival mechanism, it is a key driver of growth, enabling us to thrive in an ever-changing world. Challenges also expand our capacity for empathy and connection. When we face difficulties, we gain a deeper understanding of what it means to struggle, and this understanding fosters compassion for others who are experiencing similar challenges. This shared sense of humanity strengthens our relationships and creates opportunities for collective growth. By supporting one another through adversity, we not only help others grow, but also enrich our own growth by fostering a sense of purpose, belonging, and community. Through challenges, we learn the value of persistence. Growth often requires sustained effort and dedication, especially when progress is slow or setbacks occur. Adversity teaches us that growth is not always a straight path. It is marked by peaks and valleys, triumphs and failures. This understanding helps us develop resilience and patience, qualities that are essential for long-term success and fulfillment. By persevering through difficult times, we cultivate a mindset that embraces effort and recognizes the value of persistence in achieving meaningful growth. Another way challenges drive growth is by helping us clarify our values and priorities. When life is easy, it can be tempting to focus on superficial goals or distractions. Challenges force us to confront what truly matters, prompting us to let go of what no longer serves us and to invest our energy in pursuits that align with our core values. This realignment often leads to a greater sense of purpose and direction, as we gain clarity about what we want to achieve and why it matters. Growth through challenges also involves learning to embrace vulnerability. Admitting that we are struggling, seeking help, or acknowledging our fears can be uncomfortable, but it is through this vulnerability that we build strength and authenticity. By facing our challenges openly and honestly, we create space for growth, allowing ourselves to learn from our experiences and to connect with others in meaningful ways. This openness not only fosters personal growth, but also encourages those around us to do the same, creating a ripple effect of growth and transformation. Challenges often illuminate paths we might not have considered. They disrupt our routines and force us to explore alternatives, opening doors to new opportunities and experiences. These moments of disruption, though initially unsettling, can lead to unexpected discoveries about our interests, talents, and potential. They encourage us to take risks, to step outside our comfort zones, and to pursue paths that may ultimately bring us greater fulfillment and joy. Ultimately, challenges teach us that growth is not a destination but a journey. It is a continuous process of learning, adapting, and evolving. Each challenge we face becomes a chapter in our story, contributing to the narrative of who we are and who we are becoming. This perspective helps us approach adversity with a sense of curiosity and possibility, recognizing that even the most difficult experiences have the potential to shape us in profound and meaningful ways. Through this lens, challenges are not merely obstacles to overcome, they are opportunities to grow, to deepen our understanding of ourselves, and to contribute to the collective growth of those around us,